I'm your host, Dubb, son, and today you sparking up with Vansnweed. And today we got Money Maka, you feel me? How you doing today, man?
What's going on with family? How you doing?
What's up with it? So, man, can you tell me a little bit about your background and you feel me, where you come from?
Man, I was born in Berkeley, like everybody else. I'm pretty sure at that out to Bates.
For sure.
Grew up in Oakland for a cool minute. Ended up moving to Richmond, but I was raised in Berkeley and Oakland my whole life, so I just claimed it too.
For sure. So
my
like,
torch ain't fucking with me.
So like, who is Money Maka? If you could describe it in like, a few words, one word, it don't matter.
I would say Money Maker is my alter ego. Like, I be cool and chill, like, everything. When I'm just me, but money is like that fucking reckless, like shit talking ass.
Like the Furley Ghost.
Hell yeah. No, for real, the real Furley Ghost.
For sure.
That's my type of money. Money is like that person that I don't really give a fuck what I say. You gonna hear me, you gonna see me. I'm cocky, but not really cocky, but I'm just confident. So I don't give a fuck.
For sure. Confidence is key, man. So, growing up, what type of music was played at home?
My parents, like my whole family, I'm the only young person in my family. All my family members is hella old. So I was really put on with hella oldies. Let me see what else. Mac for sure. Mac Dre, let me see.
For sure.
Hella East Coast shit for some weird ass reason, like Fabulous. Dipset, 50 Cent.
That was the era for real though.
No, for real. Especially when we was young too. They was big on that East Coast shit.
Facts. So like, how'd you get into like making music and producing?
I really wanted to be a DJ. Like, I didn't even want to be a producer.
Okay.
And my homie was like, hey, come to this little program we got going on. I don't know if y'all know Youth Radio. You can get you a quick little check. And at the time, it was like 15. I was like, fuck it, man. I'm trying to smoke, get a quick check. And they give you food. So I'm like, bet, I'm about to go see what's happening. End up going over there, and they start teaching you how to produce and shit. And I was like, damn, I low-key fuck with this. And end up just sticking with it from there. Like, I always thought that shit was hella clean to me.
For sure. So, like, you gained, like, another skill. But that wasn't even your first, option for real.
That wasn't even my first option. But it was hella weird, too. Was when I had a Mac, I was like 13. And you know how when you go on like GarageBand and shit, they got the little loops. Like I would always fuck around with the little loops and play with shit, arrange shit. So it kind of ended up working out, I guess.
That's what's up. I ain't gonna lie. That's how it really started out for real. Like you think you going towards one thing, and then next thing you know, you got something else in your face. Like, oh, do you feel me? You could do this too. That's what's up. Oh, it's good. It's good. So, how would you feel me? How would you describe your style?
Like in terms of music?
Just period. Just,
Period. Reckless. Different. I guess you could say low key, because I don't really like to do like shit that everybody else is doing. I kind of just like to stick with what I like, what comes natural to me. Them are like spacey, like for the longest. I've been listening to O3 Greedo for the longest, and that's them are my favorite artist. So I've never been on that type of wave. Some like Zeke shit.
So like, when you make music, do you make it for yourself or do you make it for the audience?
I damn near make it for myself. Like when people be asking me like, "Oh, you make a Detroit type beat?" I'm like, "Damn, bro, I damn near just be making like what just comes."
Like.
Yeah. And it just so happens that shit ends up slapping. So I'm like, okay.
So as an artist, how would you explain your style, like, in 4 words?
I damn near really fuck with that sing rap shit. Like, I don't even want to be, like, a rapper, you feel me? Like, I guess I would say melodic, chill. Like, what's another good word? Melodic, chill, vibey.
I say it's a lot of hyphiness.
Definitely hyphy, mobby. Like I like to make mob music. That shit you just ride in the car and smoke to.
For sure. And then I hear a lot of bass in your records too. A lot of bass.
Gotta have that bass. Because when niggas riding in the car, that's what they looking for. I'm trying to make the car shake.
Yeah. You feel me? We known for that. That's the culture for real.
Hell yeah.
So So like, from when you first started, how's your style changed? Like, do you see? Like, what kind of growth you see nowadays?
Before, I'm not gonna lie, before I was that type of person that was just making like beats to make beats, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like Detroit type beat.
Yeah.
I was big on Detroit shit, and then I ended up just like saying fuck that shit and just making like whatever weird shit like came into my head, and then that's
For
kind of
sure.
when, you know, you figure out your own sound and put some of the homeland in it too, so it's slap.
Do you have a favorite genre of music?
Definitely hip hop, but I for sure fuck with like the turf music. I'm not gonna lie, nothing beat like music like Bay Area music. You feel me?
Yeah. I feel like our music is hard to understand because a lot of it is underground, and you know, it's not made for the mainstream. I want to say, but you feel me? At the end of the day, it's cool. You know, it's what makes us us. So you feel me? Uh, the tag, man, the money making tag, man. How you come up with it? Like, what was the, you know? I know it's your name, but like, you know.
What's hella funny is I wouldn't call it Boosie, but like at first my tag was damn near hella like generic. It's like Money Make on this thing. The partner had just recorded it with some fluke shit. Then one day I was like, man, I need a more professional tag. Ended up being in the studio with Kuya Beats.
Okay.
And he was like, just go in there and just say hella random shit. Like I'm just gonna record everything. And I had a couple things written down. I wasn't really fucking with it. And then he kept playing me the takes back, and I was like, oh shit, hey, Moneymaker, run that back. And I just stuck.
That's what's up. So,
oh,
you said you was in the studio with Kuya, man. How you get like, how y'all two? You feel me? I know you work at Youth Radio. Like how you two start collabing and stuff like that.
Kuya was always hella cool, solid. Like even damn near from before he worked at Youth Radio, he knew the homies and was around, so he was always talking to us and chilling with us and shit. But when he ended up working for Youth Radio, I ended up working for him because he was doing teaching production. So I was one of his interns.
Okay.
And that was the only person that I really feel like you know, niggas like mentor and believe in you type shit. And he would always put me on hella game. And then once I started getting kind of up there and doing my own shit, it was kind of just like, well, you already fucking with me, my mentor. Like, come on, let's make these slaps.
For sure. So like, I see A&R, man, is in your bio. Like, you out here scouting for real, man. Are you signed to any labels or, you know?
Definitely not signed. Big independent. I don't know, like A&R for me, because I do a little A&R work on the side. A&R for me is like, I really like background shit in the music industry. Like, I feel like all that mainstream shit, kind of, it be getting a lot, like, it gets too weird at some points. I'm like, hey, man, I'd rather be in the background. But I really like listening to music, so A&R really just discovering hella music, like looking up artists, where, you know, where they from, Milwaukee, Chicago, Detroit, whatever slap. Putting shit together, putting projects together. I know you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, for sure.
Dubb son got the slaps.
Man, shout out YR, man.
Man.
So, how was it having the Fader post Lil Kayla song, man, that you produced?
Oh, man.
Please, man.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. That shit, it just hit so hard for me because I felt like, I'll give y'all a little backstory. Like, I didn't even know she was gonna record on that shit. I sent it to her. And it damn near took like a year for me to hear anything back. I was like, you know, all right, that's what it come with, I guess. And then she ended up recording to it, and soon enough, I was in the Uber on my way to work. I was just looking at shit, and I seen somebody tag me. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? I'm on the Fader. I shit you not. I walked into work 1 minute later. I was like, hey, y'all, I'm on the fucking Fader.
Oh, yeah.
Niggas just started going crazy. That shit it felt hella good, though. You already know.
Felt like the Super Bowl, damn,
man.
I know the moments, man. You feel me? You like, man, especially it was unexpected, too.
It is like, I'm a female in the music industry.
For sure, that's big. You feel me? That's big for the Bay Area, for real.
That's why I was like, man, I'm fucking with it.
So, man, back in 2018, I seen you on the Thizzer Cypher. You feel me? With the bars, you know what I'm talking about? And you made the beat.
Man.
You feel me?
Fun fact, I wasn't even supposed to be
How was
on
that experience?
Cypher,
you feel me? How was that experience? Let us know a little bit about that.
It was cool. It was kind of nerve-wracking because at the time I wasn't really trying to be like a rapper like that. And I'm like, damn, it's a freestyle. And I picked the beat, and the beat ended up being like some real shit that you would have to talk shit on. So I was like, man, I'm kind of like a melodic ass rapper. I don't know how I'm going to approach this. I wasn't even supposed to be on the Cypher. I was just supposed to be making the beat for it. And here Kuya go, man, just get on it. You know how Kuya do. You just get on the beat.
Yeah.
And end up writing some shit because they all had you write your verses. So I'm like, man, end up writing some shit. That shit was, it was different.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like y'all had damn near the best cipher that year, man. It was like the hip hop awards or something.
That shit, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, of course, fuck with Izzler for giving us the opportunity and hella shit. Every time I look at that cipher now, I be cringing. Like, just because you progress as an artist, I be like, oh my God, like, what was I
for
doing?
sure. It's a start, you feel me?
Yeah, it was a start.
Yeah, for sure. So, like, what role you play in Youth Radio nowadays? Like, I know you say you went there and, you learned these different skills.
Hell yeah.
And I see you, now you produce. You said you started off wanting to DJ. So, like, what's your role nowadays? Like, what's the main goal?
I'm actually like I'm leaving now. I had to tell them like I love y'all, but I had to dip out and do my own little thing for a cool minute. But while I was there, I started off being a teacher, like just teaching the students how to make the beats. Ended up working with Kuya and making beats for the studio that people would hop on the mixtapes for, and then ended up getting put on hella music business game, and that's when they made me like an A&R and a music business intern. So I was like, okay. Started seeing the music business side of things, and that's when I knew I was like, okay, I'm really rocking with the behind the scenes look better than in front of the scenes. It's a lot of drama. And then started doing marketing. Marketing was what I was just doing for them. So I learned, they taught me all the pieces I feel like you need to be a successful like artist or person in the industry.
That's dope. So like, how does it feel being a student and then being able to teach the next up and coming? Like,
it's definitely like it be making you feel happy, like, you feel me? Especially I be seeing, it wasn't when I was going to Youth Radio at first, it was like 2015. It was barely any girls trying to do the producing thing. And I was like, okay, but now we seeing it's some more girls starting to step into it. So I was like, okay, and they got slapped too, like
for sure.
when they start putting shit out. So when you be giving up the sauce and then you see them, soak it up and then turn it into whatever they want to do now, that shit is saucy.
So I see, man, on the gram, man, you dripped up, you feel me? Sauced out, I'm talking about you really into fashion. So like, what got you so big on fashion for real? Like,
when I was young, I was always like into fashion, but not that heavy. Like, it would be little shit. Like, I would watch like Project Runway and shit with my mom and shit, and we always fucked with it. It was cool. And then once I started getting older, and like once you start, had a job and start getting money to afford the shit that you actually wanted, and then I just started putting shit together. Like, I'm the type of person, I really like to put shit together visually for myself. Like, I could walk in a store and be like, why does y'all have this set up like this? Like, it needs to be like this, these colors and that. And then I just started fucking with it, like, fashion-wise. Start buying shit, putting shit together for myself and taking pictures and walking around. And people was fucking with it, so I'm like, okay. Ended up doing, like, some little styling gigs here and there, like, style the homie shoot. And then some people want to book for a shoot.
That's what's up.
You feel me?
Yeah, I seen you on the runway with it, man.
Oh yeah. Had to hit up New York Fashion Week one time. That shit was clean.
That's what's up. I ain't gonna lie. I always like, I'm big on fashion, but you feel me? Like the runway and stuff. That's dope. Like, I like that scenery.
Hell
like,
yeah.
It's hella just everybody just dripped out.
It's clean. Like, it's super creative. That's why I love that. Like, fashion, the industry is hella creative. That's why I fuck with it.
And it really coexists with music because, artists talk about they wear all the time. So, you feel me? So, like, nowadays, what you big on, like, designer, or do you thrift, or do you rock your own merch, or you feel me, what you do nowadays? Like, what's the style?
I really, like, one thing I really do with clothes, I really like to buy shit that nobody else has. Like, that's always the goal. Rather it be designer or, like, some, like, shit that the homie made, or some shit that you just find on a fluke on Instagram and be like, damn, that's clean. It was designer for a cool minute because I feel like it was a time nobody our age was really wearing designer
I feel like that's
that.
really what it is, too. It's like, if you don't know what it is, it's really designer for real.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't gonna lie.
I hate the shit on, like, Cause I be rocking shit that's like, you know, not designer sometimes. I'm like, yeah, this shit cool.
Yeah.
But the designer shit just hit different. I don't know, like when you get like into the little fashion creative side, I'm like, damn, bro, like this material, like you feel me, the way it just laid down.
For sure,
and shit.
for sure. That's a big part too.
Indeed, designer.
For sure. So like, what's your inspirations as far as fashion? Like, you know, nowadays we got you know, we got Da Vinci. I see you rock a lot of, you know, Burberry, you know, shit like
Burberry.
that. So what's your inspiration like? Who inspired you to, you know, be so dripped out?
I really just like I was always the type of person to just put like what I wanted together, and some people wouldn't like. At first, people wasn't fucking with it. Then I like, you know, when you develop your own style, and people fuck with it because it's your style.
Mm-hmm.
But I really like streetwear, like all the shit that we used to wear, and then I feel like I put that together with like I like to put that shit together with like some type of sophisticated element in it to make it even more drippy. Damn near, let me see who's a good inspiration. I really fuck with how Virgil Abloh do his shit. Like, just how he style his shit. I'm like, it's so different. People don't fuck with it, but it's hella different. That's what I fuck with.
For sure. I feel like it's best to be different anyway.
Hell yeah. That's how you stand out.
Because, you know, back in the day, everybody used to come up with the same shoes on.
Man.
You feel me? First day.
See,
You feel me? You
I
want
don't
to be that
like
one
that.
that stand out for real. Like, you know.
I don't like that. Like, going to school and everybody got the same pair of shoes on. I'm like, bruh, no.
Yeah, for sure. It was like, you know, you got to be different, man.
Hell yeah.
So, like, how was weed introduced to you?
Oh, my God. Being in high school and doing shit, like, I never really was the type of person to fuck with class like that. So we always cat off, and I used to go to Berkeley High. All the homies was bigger homies, like, they was all grown and shit. Everybody big brothers and shit like that. And they was smoking, so then we started chilling with them and shit. Then, of course, we started smoking. Never went to class, so that's all we was doing was smoking. And then it ended up being the craft, the hobby, the little weed connoisseur.
For sure, we coming down there hobby for real, man. I'm trying to stop nowadays, though, man.
Man,
you know.
That's how I was thinking for a cool minute too. And I'm like, bro, fuck that shit. I think I'm gonna be smoking for like until I'm hella grown.
For sure. So, like, for somebody that haven't smoked, how would you describe what being high feels?
Sensational, like Future said.
Sensational.
Euphoric, but chill, like laid back, you know.
For sure, man. So, do you be rolling all the time, or you rather let the homies roll?
I was a big roller. That's how we all started out. Like, we used to be fighting over who used to roll the blunt. Like, it would be like some Rochambeau type shit. Like, weird shit like that. And now that I done got older, I'm like, man, that shit was whack. Like, y'all, whoever want, like, if somebody want a wood roll, y'all can roll it. I won't be the first time person like, hey, let me roll it.
Yeah, I feel like once you learn how to roll, you definitely can't stop, for real.
Man.
That's why I'm like, damn.
Muscle memory.
Shouldn't have learned how to roll back then, man.
Hey, okay.
So, what's your craziest story? I know you said y'all was fighting them to roll and shit, but, like, what's your craziest or funny hive story? You know?
Man, it's so funny because we always used to skip school and like it would always be hella like knocks or hella weird people around, so we got hella weird ass experiences. I'm trying to think of one that I could get off real quick without getting in trouble.
Yeah, man, I was gonna say, you don't want to talk too
much. Let me see a good one. Oh man, I guess okay. This is like it's a PC one, but it's cool. We would always go to this parking lot, like a couple blocks up from our from our school, and smoke up in there, and be hella high. Like, and then you know the fucking security guards and shit come kick you out and shit. Right when we was getting kicked out, we ended up stealing one of the fire extinguisher things. Went up to the roof and we was just playing tag with that shit, hella high. Like, what the fuck is we doing? Playing tag with a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, hella funny. Hey, so what's your favorite high movie or weed movie?
Favorite high or weed movie? Can't beat How High. I fuck with How High.
For sure.
Friday for sure. Shit like that.
That's hella funny. I ain't gonna lie, I was just watching that the other day, man.
Bro.
It's like every time you watch that shit, it's something new about it that you just die laughing.
When you watch it high too, that shit hit harder.
On everything.
Man.
So, what about your favorite weed song?
You know what? This motherfucker still hit. I don't know if y'all remember that song Neph the Pharaoh did. It was like 2015. Backwood Friends.
Oh yeah, for
That shit
sure, for
was hella
sure.
clean. I damn near
That
just
was a
slapped that
slap.
shit on the other day on my phone. I was like, man, this shit still slap.
That was a slap. I for sure used to slap that.
Hell yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. So you feel me? You got anything like in the works, or you feel me? Anything that's the fans could, you feel me, like look forward to? You know, like anything you know you want to tell them about. You know.
Definitely working. Been working really on focusing really on production and shit. And people been hitting me up for projections, and we got a couple projects in the works. But I think my next goal is I really want to put out like a producer project
Yeah.
myself and A&R that shit and put artists on that shit and just have it be like, you know, my shit.
For sure, for sure. So you right now you just doing the.
I'm just doing it. I'm putting
You
plays
in the
together.
background with it. You
Yeah,
feel me?
I'm getting it
Background
going.
play, man. For
I'm getting it
sure.
going.
That's what's up. So, one more question. I got one more question for you. What you smoking on today?
Ooh, hey, what was we smoking on that I had in the wood? I'm like, do I got it on me?
Hold on. I think she got it on her, man. Pull out that pack.
Let me see what this was. Banana split.
Oh yeah. You feel me?
37%.
37%, man. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Getting big high, man. You feel me? So, I see you feel me. You got a lot of talents, man. You feel me? You gonna
Appreciate
go
you,
far
fam.
with this shit for real,
Man,
man.
you
Gotta
too.
do this
You already
shit,
know
man.
what's up.
So,
We getting it.
anything you wanna, say, or anybody you wanna shout out before we get up out of here, man?
Shout outs. Man, shout out to YR for sure. They
You
told me
feel
hella
me?
shit.
Shout out YR.
Shout out to Booyah Beats.
Booyah, booyah. You
All the
feel me?
homies. Vansnweed for sure. Cop y'all some merch.
For sure. Shout out Vansnweed, man. Get the merch. You feel me?
Yes, sir. See.
Subscribe, like everything, man. Sparking up with Vansnweed. I'm your host, Dubb, son. This money maker, man. We out.